Assalamu alaikum fam, hope you're doing well. So one of the questions was, how do we liberate ourselves from other people's creativity, and how do we shift us to moving towards pleasing Allah alone? I think that's the gist of what the question was asking, and forgive me if I didn't completely understand it, brother. The way in which I liberate myself from other people's creativity and to not be trapped inside their intellectualism, what they desire, or how they perceive, is by having a wide variety of information pools that I learn from. So, if I don't like a political commentator very much, I'll still subscribe to them, but I'll also subscribe to the other version of them, their sort of antithesis, right? And I am very comfortable with accepting that I won't always get things right, that I do get things right, but that I must keep learning. Other people's creativity sometimes can feel like you're sitting behind them as they create, but you are not creating yourself. So you must step forward into yourself into being, not as seeming, but actuality. So what you like to do and create, you need to step into it and make it uniquely yours. So if you want to make a video game, don't just do what Rockstar Games does. Don't just do what Xbox wants you to do. Create something that you will enjoy, that is very unique in terms of how it expresses your consciousness onto the said object that you are creating. So, for another example, if you're going to write an essay, and someone you read their paper is very creative and it's influenced you, and you want to write in a similar style, in a similar way, and you feel like if you exceed them, you are not being the true writer. Instead, try to make your topic uniquely distinct and not to be a carbon copy of someone else's creative energy. Being unique and allowing your consciousness to express itself in the creative means of utilization and formation will help you to break out of the creativity bonds that others have laid down. If you're in an architecture class and someone has created their model and it has flying buttresses, there's plenty of arches and pillars, and you think, well, they laid down the blueprint, I must do something similar. Maybe I'll shift a couple, posts around, but it's basically the same in terms of its overall figure. Instead, create a dome. Find another way to make your architectural blueprint a reflection of your mind. And this is going to take time, but it's going to take you looking into yourself and saying, how can I make this mine? Another niche example, when I used to make soaps, you'd see plenty of examples of very good soap creators. And you'd say, look, she did a mermaid thing. Oh, she's so creative, I want to do it like her. But then you end up copying her and not being uniquely your own. So what I tried to do was to make my soaps completely unique, very niche. Allowing your true essence to come forward is what helps make your creations very niche, very particular, very specialized. And when you are niche, particular, and specialized, that is a sign to many that you are not within the creativity bounds of anyone else. To be authentic and original is something that comes from you looking inward, contemplating upon Allah, and recognizing the abilities that Allah has given you. Because if you think about it, Allah has made us all unique, right? Your genetics make you unique. Your life story makes you unique. So find a way to apply that uniqueness and exert it upon any project that you have that requires creativity. If you are in the fashion industry, don't just copy what someone else did. Make something unique that's yours, that you can see it, right? Restaurants have this problem of being in the creative bounds of others, especially Italian restaurants. So instead, if you're going to create a restaurant, you don't have to make it just the cuisine of China, the cuisine of Japan. Why not it be the cuisine of you? Recipes you designed. Things that people have never tried before. That's what I try to do with my cooking. I'll try to add variations that make it uniquely mine, without just always looking to what the other chefs have done. Cooking is creativity in flavor and presentation. So if you're only getting your creativity from Gordon Ramsay and let's not even name the other famous chefs, the southern chefs and all them. Instead, create your own menu. Try your own menu. Make your own fusion recipes. You don't have to have the black and white model of other people's menus. You can go and get some menus from some fresh restaurants, from Mexican restaurants, and maybe you want to have a menu where there's one thing that's Japanese, one thing that's Chinese, one thing that's Southern. So you have variety, right? You don't want it to be too random, but you still want it to be creative. Even when I went to some vegan restaurants, I'm not vegan, but if you go there, you'll see some creative like garbanzo bean dips, interesting veggie sandwiches, right? The coffee is made with almond, oat, hemp, cashew milk instead of delicious dairy milk, right? They've been creative. If you have a coffee shop and they only have vanilla and hazelnut for their syrups, have peppermint, have toffee, have salted caramel, smoked marshmallow. There's so many different flavors, right? Make it unique, an expression of yourself. When I used to paint, I did impressionist paintings. Sometimes I would just paint and it's just there. And people would say, well, what is it? And I'm like, it's just that. So people say, I don't like it. Others, well, I like it. You see what I'm saying? I never tried to be like Monet. I never tried to be like the other painters. I simply did the art, right? You as well. Wherever you're going to apply your creativity, you need to allow yourself to flow, to express. And as you do it over and over, God willing, inshallah, more of your creativity is going to come out. And then you're going to see your own personality in your stuff. When I would do the drawings, I would just let my pencil go. And then when I would compare it, you'd see it's different each time. And each time I did it, I got better and better, right? Even when I made bird toys. I didn't make it like the bird toys that are sold in the PetSmart, Walmart, Target. No, I made it how I wanted to do it. And each toy was uniquely itself. So, this is another example. There's also the hobby I have of ceramics. Others, maybe they want to create a cup with no handles. Maybe I'm going to put 3 handles. Right? And they said, why you got 3? You only need 1. Oh, it's unique. It's creative. I want to do it. And when you're going to be creative, accept people not liking it, some people critiquing it, others wanting to add to it, take away from it, and be ready for people not understanding your creative mission. Be okay with sticking with your plan. This is very unique. Something that you can do. Maybe you want to create a new dog breed, for example. You want to take Dalmatians and breed them with Rottweilers. You never know. And you want to create your own dog breed and then eventually get it registered with the AKC, the American Kennel Club, right? Who knows? You could do it. Why not? It's your creative nature. Whichever way you choose to express your creativity, do it. No matter what it is. Look to models, but don't copy. When it comes to writing, cooking, clothing, painting, ceramics, animal breeding, whatever it is. Architecture, whatever it is. You want to write a novel, and you want to write about dragons, something cool. Don't just copy George R.R. Martin's Game of Thrones. Don't just copy The Lord of the Rings or the fantasy stories of Harry Potter. Take it as a note and say, what did I like about these stories that made me so impassioned to read them? Was it the character dialogue? Was it the plot, the story, the sentence flow, the syntax? Was it the cover of the book? Right? What was it? What things did you like from it? Take those nuggets and then see what can I channel onto this creative mode by the permission of Allah, all praises due to Allah, to make it uniquely myself. To no longer be creative in a way that copies, mimics, and is within the framework of others, right? To be creative is to bust through certain fences of what has already been done, right? So that would be my answer to you, is that if you want to be uniquely creative, go ahead and do it. Like, you like making memes? Make unique memes, right? You want to make your own movie. You're good at animation, and you don't feel like your unique style would be understood? Just do it. Because chances are somebody is going to like it. So allow yourself to get into the flow state, to create and to reflect and to be bold in trying the new creative ideas that you want to do in whichever field you want to apply them to. So that would be how I would recommend to you to break out of other people's creativities. Recognize they've influenced your motivation, but do not mimic and, become a puppet of other people's ideas. And be willing to say, hey, I'll take your suggestion, but I'm going to go ahead and go on my path, right? And prepare yourself for jealousy, sabotage, and genuine advice. So I hope that answers your question. I think I understood it well. And may Allah be pleased with you.